we've had a look at sprinters and concheurs and the route for the Giro d'Italia. Now we're going to take you through the favourites for the Maglia Rosa with me, James Talksport. We'll kick things off with, for me, the outright favourite for the Giro, and that is Ecuador's Richard Carapaz. Several reasons why. I think the TTs, he's not the worst at the GC runs in the TTs. I think he's the best climber on, you know, one of the best climbers in the race, but mainly he's got the support of a very strong team. Got days riders for the flat in Puccio, Swift, and Navarez. Hilly days with Tullet and Navarez, and then the mountains with Castrovecchio, Tullet, Port, Sivakov, and even Navarez as well. I think he will be aggressive, certainly on Blockhouse. I think he will realise that he needs to attack the race. He will. Wouldn't bet against him taking pink on day one, but I see him playing that a bit cagey. But Carapaz for me is certainly the favourite for the Giro. Astana are another strong team, and they'll be backing Miguel Angel Lopez, who seems to have rediscovered his form and is loving life in Astana, back at his home despite not being paid. Uh, he is a very weak time trialist, as we know. He will probably lose in the region of 2 minutes in across the both TTs. So he is going to have to be super aggressive in the mountains. Are there enough mountain days, out and out mountain days for him to do it? I'm not sure. Bahrain come with a strong team and arguably two of the informed riders. The likes of Carapaz, we are unsure, but Landa and Bello Bilbao are certainly two strong riders that are in form. Landa was lighting up Liège, Bastogne Liège. Bilbao was lighting up Tour de Alps. I think the world would love for Mikel Landa to win a Grand Tour. Although my head says Carapaz, my heart says Mikel Landa to win. He's got a strong team with Bilbao, Petrago, Novak and Wout and Jan Tratnik for support. Please, Mikel Landa, stay fit and healthy for the whole Giro. If he does, we're going to have a serious battle on our hands with Carapaz. Bora will be hoping their run of form from Romandy continues. They've got probably 3.5 riders that are capable of doing a good ride in GC. Last year, they were going well with Imani Bookman until he, I believe, crashed out with concussion. They've got the two riders from Sunweb in 2020, Kelderman and Hindley, who both finished on the podium. Hindley, in fact, both of them aren't in amazing form. So I imagine they will be built around Bookman. But their dark horse for me, surprising dark horse, is Leonard Kamner. He's in good form, won a brilliant day in Tour of the Alps. We don't know whether he is going to look to be aggressive and go for the stage wins or look for a bit of the GC. We don't know. Britain's Hugh Carthy will lead the EF Education Easy Post team in the Giro in the GC battle. He's supported by good numbers in Kudus, Eiking, Chavez, Magnus Cort and Owen Dahl. But something tells me Hugh Carthy has probably peaked at the 2020 Vuelta. I hope I'm wrong, but he's either really good or he loses 2 or 3 minutes on stages. So it's hard to tell with Hugh Carthy where he's going to be. Jumbo Visma will be hoping Tom Dumoulin and Tobias Foss can rediscover some form or get over their injuries from crashes in time for the Giro. Truth be told, with that in mind, I don't expect too much for them in terms of GC. Top 5 to top 10, is that enough for them, or would they rather go and light up the stage wins? Bike Exchange will be looking to Simon Yates with a strong team as well to finally get his redemption of the Giro. He's looking good, although he lost 11.5 minutes on one of the days in Asturias. He is looking in decent shape. I think a podium is probably the best for Yates. Roman Bardet and Timo Arnsman are looking in fantastic shape with DSM, winning, in fact, 1-2ing in Tour de Alps. I expect them to be very aggressive in the mountains. They've not got too much support with Tushfeld and Hamilton, um, but I expect them to just be very aggressive, similar to last year, where on the final mountain day, Bardet tried to go for glory. I think if he continues that form, I think he could easily get into the top 5, maybe even be a cheeky bet for the podium. Trek Segafredo have built this team around Giulio Ciccone. I really like the way Giulio Ciccone rides, and I would love to see him get a whole 3 weeks in his belt in form, and similar to Landa actually. You know, he was looking fantastic and on for a top 5 at last year's Giro before crashing out. I think that's probably where he's at the moment, top 5. If he strikes it lucky, he could get better. Top 5, top 10 will be perfect, I think, for him. He's got a good team and a little cheeky side bet, maybe someone like Matthias Skelmos, or who can possibly take a decent result in GC. So there we have my preview for the favourites of the GC battle. It's prediction time, and although I'd love to go with my heart and say Mikel Landa to win, I'm going to go with my head and say Richard Carapaz. He's got that experience of winning a Grand Tour. He's got that ability on the climbs and to limit his losses in the time trial. On the podium, I think Landa and Joao Almeida will round out the podium. I just don't know what order. Could be. Dark horses, Giulio Ciccone and Ben Tullet for Ineos Grenadiers.